Morning everyone. Today Thando is getting a new set of shoes. That's him there with Charlie the Farrier. And Chance, are you Charlie? Do we call you his apprentice?
No. Chance is my right hand man.
There you go.
I don't want to say it. Chance's been with me 9 years. I say he does work I can't get done anymore.
Right. How long have you been farriering for, Charlie?
How long have I been doing it?
Yes, sir.
I started in 1968. The summer of 1968, I went to Farrier, California. It's a horseshoeing school.
So this is their setup, their truck. That's the forge for the hot shoeing there, the grinder. Guys come with everything on the truck, as you can see. Power supply, acetylene bottles. Here's the dudes, all looking. So I will stop for a bit and then I'll show you guys when they put the shoes in the forge. So one of the things is you can see how Thando's fidgeting with everything. Charlie's shoed him since he's got here. And when they first started with him, Thando wouldn't stand for him, he wouldn't hold his foot, he'd lean on him. And Charlie does like amazing work with him just to teach him like and how to balance him when he's got his foot up. But like how you see him playing with that foot stand, Thando's grabbed Charlie before and throwing all the tools on the ground. Yeah, it's hard working with a young horse, but Charlie's the man for it, as you heard his experience.
They're probably were born a little bit later.
Right. Now this guy can't stand still, he fidgets with everything. Oh, that's the forge starting. That's the shoe in the forge getting hot. The heat coming off there is incredible. See, look how he's fidgeting because he's bored. See how Thando's changed his position again, Mr. Fidget.
Then I'll just flatten it. And I'll mark this one for right by marking the outside branch. So when I take it to the horse, I'll know what foot it goes on.
Okay.
And then I just, we call this pressing it or ironing it. I'm just hitting overlapping blows here. I'm going to relieve any sole pressure so that the shoe touches the outside of the foot. But I've got a round side to my hammer. I'm knocking this inside edge off so I can't have any pressure against the foot. Check it for flat. Verify it for flat by actually looking at it. This shoe will be ready to hot seat. I need a little more heat.
Okay. So what are you doing there, Charlie?
Okay, what I'm doing right then was I was just flattening it a little bit.
Right.
I've marked the anvil a 1/4 inch wider than its foot is.
Okay.
And then I've got the general shape. This outside branch curls in a little more than this one, but I want to make it as symmetrical as I can. I want both halves of this foot shoe to be as symmetrical as I can. So I've straightened out the nail pattern here. I've changed the heel check here and brought it in. When I do the other shoe, I'll do the other shoe next. You'll be able to see that I'm doing those things.
Okay.
So I bring the shoe out of the fire, knowing this is my outside branch, and I've got to make it a little bit straighter through the nail pattern. It's going to wind up being a little tighter at the heel, but I want to change what I call the heel check so that I make the foot clean a little better. So I open that nail pattern, bring that heel out, that's my inside. That's my inside heel. This outside one I'll bring just a little farther. And I'll check it for my width, and I'm too wide, so I'll just start bringing it in. Probably a little more than necessary. Kind of looking for symmetry, and it's pretty symmetrical with this branch being a little sharper right there.
I'm so happy Charlie gave me that explanation. My whole life I just watched dudes hitting metal on an anvil, and I never understood the purpose, but today I understand the purpose.
Okay, so a couple things that this shows then. We want the shoe to be a little fuller than the foot, but it's maybe too much, so I'll bring that in a little bit more, mark it,
Right.
so I can tell what I want to do, change it there.
Okay.
If you're wondering about him being able to stand that heat against there, I'm going to grab a piece of just a little thicker. Here's a piece. Their feet are generally about this thick left, and just to show you that they don't feel the heat.
Oh wow.
I can't feel that heat yet in my hand. Just starting to feel it a little bit right now.
Okay.
So I can keep it on there for about 45 seconds before
they start to feel the burn.
Because it doesn't. That's what lets them be out in cold weather or hot weather.
Okay.
And so it's not hurting their foot any to put that on their foot.
Right. Thanks for that, Charlie. That horse hoof is an amazing piece of engineering by Mother Nature. So what's amazing is Thando's actually standing still for Charlie today. Charlie's had to do a lot of work with him on, just like I said, teaching him how to balance when his foot is up. And you don't ever think about things like that a horse needs to learn how to be taught to balance when their foot is up. And Charlie was explaining to me the one day that he angles the foot right so that the horse learns to like lean into it and balance, and a lot goes into it, more than you ever think. That's always the part that gives me the willies, when they hit the nail into the shoe. It makes me sweat a little bit. So that's before Charlie does the finish, and you can see the nails are still sticking up. That's what he's doing on that back foot now, bending the nails down. That's a finished hoof there, and that's one that's not. So that's it, they're done. Horses are shod, and they're just packing up now and getting ready to go.